Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to season 6 of Mind Over Music. I'm your host, Sean Ali Moldina. So happy to be with everyone this evening. You're listening to Radio Zad, where your voice matters. It's a free download on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. Tonight, we have an incredible guest, someone who I admire incredibly. Dr. Shahid Mansoor is joining us. He serves as a board member on the board of OBAT Helpers, which was founded, if we know a little bit of history of what happened between Bangladesh, which was then East Pakistan, and Pakistan, which is West Pakistan, but now is Pakistan itself. An incredibly horrible, horrific war started in 1971, which left a beautiful community, the Bihari community, isolated away from their country of origin, which was East Pakistan, that transitioned to Bangladesh. In 2004, Anwar Khan started this amazing organization to start helping the people of Bihar. And that transitioned through 2017 when the secondary war in Rohingya created this refugee camp and an internment camp. And from there, OBAT has just done some incredible work with infrastructure, education, and bringing hope back into that community. So, without further ado, Dr. Mansoor, thank you so much for joining our show tonight.
Welcome.
Dr. Mansoor, you've served on this board for several years. You got involved with OBAT Helpers beginning in 2014. Talk us through your journey and let's talk about the futuristic thinking that OBAT Helpers has really approached the community, not only the Bihari community, but also the Rohingya refugee camp.
Right. My introduction to OBAT was in Bangladesh, in the camps actually, where I heard their name and Anwar Khan's name too. So I wanted to really meet with him because I saw some of his work, that incredible work he was doing over there. So I met him in his house in Michigan and decided to do whatever I could do it in my capacity. He offered me to join the board. I joined. And after a few years, then I had to excuse because I did get busy in my practice at that time. Uh, so after several years gap, I recently was invited again in the board, and I joined. I did visit Bangladesh in October last year, and I was able to see the program in detail this time. And my commitment is a lot more now than before.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful story because you grew up in the Bihari community. You are Bihari. And
Right,
and to
right,
be able to come back and serve the community is something that is not just happening with you, but it's a program that OBAT has really focused in on. Let's talk about, the education programs, the lifelong sustainability of being an OBAT helper donor and how Mr. Anwar Khan has kind of invigorated the educated community to come back and to keep bringing hope back and help in so many ways.
right. This was very fascinating to see the younger generation who received education, who were living in the camps and received the education, um, some definitely from the OBAT helpers schools. And they were supported for their even colleges to go and get the higher education. So from the doctors and even their civil service exam, one candidate qualified, and there are several other business leaders and accountants. So they are really kind of reinvested in the camps, and they frequently come back to the camp as a role model, and OBAT make arrangements for their programs where they interact with the younger group who are still in schools.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's really amazing to see, and they're not just few; there are several. I mean, there's a pool of those role models, and I can see the shining faces of those younger ones who meet with their elders
Yeah.
and see them succeeding in getting success in their lives.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a hope. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing. This is an amazing story.
I love it, and I think the program is called the Think Tank. It's a think tank that is, brought in, and people who have graduated with various degrees come back to the community, educate the community, build new programs. And so it's a model that self-perpetuates.
Yes,
And so, it's the people that are from the community that go back, that have this level of pride and ownership to go back and help the refugee camp thrive and flourish. One thing that was really important is starting from the beginning, which is, mothers who are delivering babies to have proper prenatal health care. That was something that was a big challenge in the refugee camp. Let's
right.
talk a little bit about prenatal care. We know that in your background, you serve as a pediatrician, and you know the importance of prenatal care as well.
Right. So when I learned first time about the program, which Anwar Saab was focusing on, is to provide better nutrition
Mhm.
to the pregnant, the girls or women, and then making the arrangement where they could go to healthcare, proper healthcare facilities instead of delivering in the camps with just plain simple some dyes or midwives type, but they were not, mostly they were not
Qualified.
qualified.
Yeah.
Uh, he has some contract signed with hospitals, local hospitals, where OBAT was funding their care. And this is a channel he established, or OBAT established in the camps. So now mostly they deliver the babies in proper healthcare facilities instead of in the camps. So
Yeah.
outcomes, of course, I mean, this understood. There's mashallah much better.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the big part of all of this, right? Is are the young children, are they developing properly? Can they do they have hope in the future? So it's starting from prenatal care through early childhood nutrition and now moving into higher education. There's a
Uh,
scholarship program also that OBAT Helpers has established partnerships in China, in Turkey, and now in Pakistan with the Malir University. Let's talk
right,
about that partnership as well.
right. And like you mentioned, that these are the students who are bright students and they have potential to get a higher education. So OBAT makes sure that they get funding, and not only funding, but just the process, the entire process of paperwork and getting their visas and other uh, all their requirements. Just like a but hold their hand till they get to their universities. And even after there, they continue to do the follow-ups. Uh, so it's not, in Pakistan, actually, there are several universities. They have already signed the MOUs with OBAT, and some are in process of talking to agree on those. So inshallah, there will be a lot more younger generations will be uh, getting higher degree qualifications, inshallah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And it's not just the higher education, it's also ground up infrastructure. It's so difficult to organize in these refugee camps because there's a lot of politics and there's a lot of challenges because there are governments that are kind of arbitrarily getting involved with this community and sometimes make it difficult to do ground up projects and infrastructure. At OBAT, you guys help establish bore wells, schools within the camp itself. Incredible infrastructure that's absolutely needed by the community. Let's talk about the infrastructural programs as well.
Right. One very interesting program is that there are people who have borrowed the loans because under the financial pressure, and they are never able to return that money because the interest rate can be so high, and they don't have the source of income where they could meet the need of their borrowers. So, uh, OBET has this is a relatively newer program, but it's helping a lot of families getting out of this continuous trap type situation, that OBET is paying their loan. Uh,
Is this
and
a microfinance program or is
yeah,
it what do you
it's
do?
similar to finance, but it's basically to address those where they have they're in a situation where it's impossible for them to pay the loan back.
Right, right. It's a debt
Yes.
forgiveness,
Right,
essentially.
but micro finance program is kind of in serious consideration at
Yeah,
this
wonderful,
time,
wonderful.
inshallah, in future.
Wonderful. Dr. Mansour, you're doing some incredible work. We're wishing you all the best. Where can our listeners who want to learn more about OBAT helpers, who want to, dedicate their sadaqah or, their zakat in this incredible time that we're experiencing, where can our listeners go to learn more about the work that you're doing?
OBAT has a website, and yeah, they can donate from the website. And it's a several and it's zakat money. I have noticed that it's very clear. OBAT team is very clear about the expense of the zakat, and so the donor should not be worried about that. And they can choose the programs. Zakat programs are separately marked in the website, and they can trust that this money will be spent in the right area.
Wonderful, wonderful. Everybody, please go check out OBAT Helpers, OBAT Helpers. They are doing some incredible work in the community, and we hope that we wish you all the luck, and we hope the best for the community, the continuing education programs, the scholarships, and that people who are coming out of these scholarships come back to the community and continue to serve. Dr. Mansour, thank you so much for your time. I'm so impressed by the work that you are doing, and may Allah also accept your seva.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Mind Over Music right after these quick commercial messages.